Now live from the KAKE Studios, this is Good Morning Kansas.
A very mild Sunday. That was yesterday. Can we keep the warmth going? I'll answer that question coming up.
Today on Good Morning Kansas, a concert with its roots in the past and a lesson for the future as we continue to celebrate Black History Month.
Plus, a program helping the growing number of homeschooled Kansas kids go toe-to-toe in sports. That's on today's Wins for Kansas. Well, good morning, KAKELand. So glad to have everyone here at 4:30 on our Monday morning.
Is it Monday already?
Yeah, I know.
Wow, I couldn't even tell.
You couldn't?
Coming off that weekend here, another beautiful one. It was it's hard to leave that weekend, you know?
That's true. It was perfect.
It was a good one. It was kind of exhausting. I felt like we were just like constantly doing things because it was so nice outside.
Yeah.
And you know what? If you got your list you didn't finish yesterday, you got another nice one today dialed up to get some more work done if you want.
Now your KAKE First Alert forecast with meteorologist Frank Waugh.
The time now, 4:42 on this Monday morning. Happy Monday, KAKELand. We've got a little bit of cloud cover sliding across the state this morning, and we're going to see kind of a mix of sun and clouds as we go through this day.
Beautiful day. Enjoy it, KAKELand. All right.
We'll see you back here for Good Morning KAKELand at 9.
This is a KAKE First Alert weather update.
Happy Monday, KAKELand. Look at these highs. High temperatures yesterday, 70s, even 80s on the map. We hit 76 in Wichita today. I think we could be a little bit warmer, believe it or not. We do have a little bit of high, thin cloud cover. It's pretty minimal, not doing much more than giving us a good-looking sunrise to start the day. We're looking northeast in Hutchinson, where the temperature is 44 degrees. In Salina from the KSAL radio studios, overlooking the cozy end below us, it's 45. As we look southwest, got some high, thin clouds, some contrails and haze. 37 northwest wind at about 3. And there's that high thin cloud cover in Garden City where it's 44. Love that green grass down at Riverfront Stadium, 46 degrees at the ballpark. Here's our view looking back towards the ballpark and Kellogg traffic. Kellogg moving along fine. It's 42 degrees. That's out at Eisenhower National. That's the view the other direction as we look to the east from the Garvey Center. 50 degrees in El Dorado. It's 37 Pratt, 34 in Russell. 30s, 40s to low 50s across western Kansas. Wind direction and speed for you out of the southwest, about 6 in Wichita, 9 in Salina. Wind gusts will be picking up, particularly across western Kansas. Look at those wind gusts, 20, 30, if not 40 miles per hour this afternoon. And then that wind, it'll be kicking up tomorrow as a cold front rips across the state. Unfortunately, that kind of brings an end to these incredibly warm temps. We got fire danger concerns today, western Kansas, and tomorrow across south central Kansas, elevated threat there for wildfires. Highs today in the 70s and 80s, kind of a mix of sun and clouds. Very high fire danger today, western Kansas. Then overnight tonight, wind actually probably picking up a bit in Wichita, low 50s for those overnight lows, mid 30s northwest. Here's KakeCast, our weather model. That front that comes through tomorrow comes through during the early afternoon hours. That wind's going to turn around to the north. And with this, maybe a little precip, maybe some stray snow flurries, but nothing significant or impactful. There's a glance at your 7-day. See all four at KAKE.com.
Now live from the KAKE Studios, this is Good Morning KAKELand.
Today on Good Morning KAKELand, marathon runners hit the pavement in a super way.
Super. Plus, hairstylists are celebrating freedom of expression for black hair and excellence. Yeah, that story coming up. Glad to have you all here at 9 o'clock on this Monday morning. Happy Monday after an excellent weekend, guys.
Oh,
yeah,
so nice.
so cool.
It was a good one. Well, not cool. It was
Hot.
quite warm, actually.
H-O-T. Yes.
Yeah.
Now live from the KAKE Studios, this is KAKE News at 11.
A suspect is facing capital murder and child endangerment charges in a double homicide in East Wichita.
And social media companies are bracing for Supreme Court arguments today that could change the way sites are policed.
Plus, an Israeli military offensive in Gaza's southernmost city of Rafah could be delayed. We'll tell you why as we begin with the war between Israel and Hamas here on KAKE News at 11. Thanks for joining us. I'm Shane Ewing.
And I'm Carly Keenan. The White House says a tentative agreement has been reached on the framework for a temporary ceasefire.
All right, thanks, Frank. And thank you so much for watching. That's it for KAKE News at 11.
Yep, get outside, enjoy your day, and join us again for KAKE News at 4. See you then.
Now live from the KAKE studios. This is KAKE News at 4.
Enjoying an absolutely perfect February day. Temperatures in the 70s and 80s. Take advantage of it. Some colder temperatures, even some snow are headed our way. We'll talk about that coming up.
Today at 4, a picture is worth 1,000 words, but how many voters is it worth? Some Kansas kids are finding out. Plus, a social media fight over free speech versus private business rights made a stop at the U.S. Supreme Court. But first, it's a volatile week here in Kansas as we face increasingly high fire danger. KAKE News at 4 starts now. And Governor Laura Kelly has now issued a state of emergency for wildland fires across Kansas due to the increased fire risk beginning today and through the rest of the week. Good afternoon and thanks for joining us. I'm Pilar Pedraza. This declaration allows state resources to be used to provide state assistance. Windy, dry, warm conditions all outside mean fire departments are on standby in case a grass fire breaks out. They're worried about something like this happening again. This is video from last year when high winds fueled a huge grass fire in Kingman County that burned through hundreds of acres. Kansas isn't the only state, though, grappling with high fire warnings. In Colorado, a wildfire is already burning on the south end of the U.S. Air Force Academy near Colorado Springs. As Devin Karp shows us, the fire has charred about 150 acres so far, and strong winds are in the forecast.
Now your KAKE First Alert forecast with meteorologist Brooklyn Ray.
Well, of course, we're enjoying the nice weather today and through the weekend, but that comes with a little bit of a price, and that price, the fire danger. We're already hearing reports of some fires southwestern KAKELand, and of course, that fire danger, it's high today as well.
Well, that's it for KAKE News at 4. KAKE News at 5 starts now.
Now live from the KAKE studios. This is KAKE News at 5.
Tonight, new questions about the safety of storming the field or court after a college player is hurt after a game. Plus, 2 men are now charged with the murder in a shooting that killed a 1-year-old boy and injured 2 women, a case that stunned the community. And warm temperatures, dry conditions, and high winds, a recipe for wildfires, what we're already seeing in KAKELand. KAKE News at 5 starts right now.
Good evening. Several counties are already reporting grass fires tonight. The biggest one in Kearney County in western Kansas. A viewer sent us these pictures and video from that area. You can see the smoke and flames at some points there. This is a fire that's burning just south of Lakin. City officials say it is out of control right now, and there are dozens of fire crews from neighboring counties trying to knock it down. We are waiting to get you more details. We, of course, will keep you posted.
Now your KAKE First Alert forecast with meteorologist Jay Prater.
We're going to go back to that infrared satellite picture. This time we're going to focus more on south central Kansas. Still got some high thin cirrus above here, but notice here extreme eastern Stafford County along the Reno County line. It looks like another grass fire going on there. and also right along the Kingman County, Sumner County line. We're getting little glimpses of occasional little hot spot, and even in northeastern parts of Kingman County. But when you have the high, thin clouds of the cirrus, it kind of masks some of those signatures, but we'll continue to watch for these hot spots out.
All right, that's going to do it for KAKE News at 5. World News Tonight is next, and we'll see you back here for KAKE News at 6.
Now live from the KAKE studios, this is KAKE News at 6.
Tonight, first-degree murder charges for 2 men in the shooting death of a 1-year-old boy in South Wichita. Plus, one last chance to talk to school leaders about the Wichita District's plan to close 6 schools because of budget problems. And a massive grass fire in western Kansas burned out of control. KAKE News at 6 starts right now.
And good evening. Firefighters are battling that huge grass fire in southwest Kansas. Take a look at these pictures shared by a viewer of the smoke and flames in Kearney County near the town of Lakin. The warmer temperatures and strong winds are the perfect combination for these wildfires. Chief Meteorologist Jay Prater is here. And Jay, that wind out west is finally dying down tonight. All right, that's going to do it for KAKE News at 6:30. We'll see you again on Fox Kansas News at 9 and right back here for KAKE News at 10. Have a great evening.
Now live from the KAKE studios, this is KAKE News at 10.
Tonight, growing concerns in South Florida after an outbreak of measles in an elementary school, why the state refuses to ban unvaccinated students. Plus, the efforts by some upset parents to keep their neighborhood school open after the Wichita District presents a plan to close 6 buildings. And as wildfire season kicks off in KAKELand, the concerns about a shortage of volunteer firefighters in parts of the state. KAKE News at 10 starts right now.
Firefighters all across KAKELand were on standby today as some battled a huge grass fire in southwest Kansas. Take a look at these pictures shared by a viewer of this wildfire in Kearney County near the town of Lakin. That fire is under control tonight as crews continue to monitor hot spots. The warmer temperatures and strong winds are the perfect combination this time of year. And that leaves many worried that fire season in Kansas may be starting early. Good evening. Thanks so much for watching. I'm Deb Ferris. And now rural departments say they're facing a shortage of volunteer firefighters. KAKE's Nick Nelson takes a look at why they're facing these shortages, new at 10.
Also 1896 Salina broke the previous record of 79. 83 Concordia broke that previous record. Lower 80s Garden City, Dodge City. 88 degrees in Medicine Lodge. It broke that previous record of 81. Blew it out of the water. Set back in 1996.
You know, for Wichita, we're going to have another unseasonably very warm day tomorrow before the cold front comes through. Outside now, we're at 55 degrees. The winds are out of the southwest at 7 miles per hour.
Now from the Deep Esqualling and More Sports Desk, here's KAKE Sports anchor Sully Ingalls.
Well, K-State got a big win over ranked BYU team over the weekend, and they needed to do it again tonight against West Virginia in Bramlage this evening. Took another overtime effort to make it happen. And remember, Jerome Tang, 11-0 entering tonight in overtime. Some are starting to call it over Tang. Now,
all right, that's going to do it for KAKE News at 10. We'll see you tomorrow. Kimmel is next. Thanks so much for watching.
Now live from the KAKE studios, Kansas.
Well, fun at the Wichita Art Museum as it prepares to host kids for an upcoming spring break program. Sounds pretty fun there. Plus, an athletic director has now passed, leaving love and a legacy behind. We're going to speak with athletes and how they are remembering him. Plus, the presidential race continues as former President Donald Trump and presidential candidate Nikki Haley prepare to battle it out in South Carolina. Good morning, everyone. Thank you for joining us for Good Morning Kansas. I'm Hannah King.
And I'm Brittany Foster.
I heard Brittany yesterday.
Beautiful, right?
They say chef's kiss.
Yes,
it was one of those days.
It was one of those days. I saw so many people out enjoying, the nice warm weather, the sunshine. Today's going to be a repeat, but even warmer. How's that sound?
We'll take it.
I think a lot of us are going to be happy with that. Let's go ahead and take a look, though, at those current conditions. We're taking a look at satellite radar first.
Now, your KAKE First Alert forecast with meteorologist Brittany Foster.
Good morning and happy Sunday, KAKELand. We're waking up to another morning with clear skies and quiet conditions. Really nothing much to concern you this morning. We do have a few clouds around south central, southeast Kansas, but they're not doing anything. Most of us are clear and quiet this morning.
Now, live from the KAKE studios. This is KAKE News at 5:30.
And we begin tonight with breaking news. Emergency crews and police are on the scene of a motorcycle crash in southeast Wichita. Crews are setting up a staging area right now near East 47th Street South. That's between South Oliver and South Woodlawn. This is a live look at the scene. Police say one person is not breathing. They have taken that person to the hospital. We have crews on the scene gathering information, and we'll bring you the latest here on air and online at KAKE.com. Well, thanks for watching KAKE News at 5:30. Don't forget Fox Kansas News at 9 and join us again for KAKE News at 10.
Now, live from the KAKE studios. This is KAKE News at 6.
Now at 6. It's primary election day in South Carolina. Donald Trump hopes to get one step closer punching his ticket to the Republican nomination as Nikki Haley crisscrosses the state hoping to win her home state. Plus, it's a sad day for wrestlers statewide as they mourn the loss of Michael Church, who lost his battle to brain cancer. But first, 2 people are dead after a shooting inside a hotel room in East Wichita. KAKE News starts right now. That's where we begin tonight. Thank you for joining us on KAKE News at 6. I'm Leon Purvis. Police arrested a person of interest after that deadly shooting in East Wichita today. It happened around 9:30 this morning inside a hotel on the 7300 block of East Kellogg, when officers arrived, they found 2 shooting victims, a 35-year-old man and the other a 35-year-old woman. Well, thank you, Michaela. Thank you, Cameron. Thanks for joining us. See you tonight. Have a good night.
Now, live from the KAKE studios. This is KAKE News at 10.
We begin tonight with breaking news. One person is fighting for their life after a shooting in East Wichita. It happened at 19th and Estelle, that's near 21st and Hillside.
Now, your KAKE First Alert forecast with meteorologist Cameron Venable.
Well, we did have a cold start across western Kansas. Very common here in the spring as we start to warm up. You still have the cold morning. So down to the teens being the coldest spots, 18 in Syracuse, as well as Scott City, 19 in Colby. Got down to 30 here in Wichita. As for the afternoon, we made a run for the 70s. We did have some 60s, mainly up in northwest Kansas. Medicine Lodge, no surprise there. You were the warmest at 76. Wichita got up to 68. Beautiful, really.
Now, from the Deep Esquelling and More Sports Desk, here's KAKE Sports anchor Michaela Day.
plenty of area winners were crowned. Let's get straight to it and check out the girls champions first.
Well, thank
Winter
you,
needs to go away.
Michaela. Thank you, Cameron. Thank you for joining us. Don't forget, Good Morning Kansas starting at 6. Have a good night. Be safe.